What's up, traders? In this video, I'm going to show you a phenomenal trade that we took today in the stock market. Now, today was a big day. We had Federal Powell kind of talk about what his next moves are with the interest rates, and he was extremely bearish in this meeting, which caused the market to sell off like crazy. However, being good traders that we are, we already knew that the market turned and topped out in that previous uptrend that we were in. So let's start on the longer time frames like we always do. So we were in this uptrend for about a month and a half, and then we broke the uptrend trading sideways and then formed this downtrend that we're in now. So what we've been doing the last couple days is we've just been buying puts in supply zones and then setting targets at the demand zones below us. And today we actually had a very, very large move on the S&P 500 because of Powell's bearish comments today. So if you look at my levels that I have here, you can see that we perfectly tested this supply zone after the market bounced here. So the reason why the market bounced so heavily in this area was because we started selling off and we aggressively sold off as Powell was talking. And then after the meeting was over, we had this very, very rapid increase, a very violent bounce that tested basically the pre-market supply zone. And the reason why we bounced was not that people were buying the dip, but instead people were market selling their positions. So you have someone that had a lot of money, essentially, millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, and they wanted to get out of the market immediately. They didn't want to wait to get out because they kind of knew that the market was going to continue to sell off. So what they did is they just basically market sold everything. And when you have someone that sells a lot of inventory all at the same time, it's going to cause the market to go up because they're selling so much shares that there isn't enough people to buy those shares. So we're down here and they're selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of shares. But the problem is when we're down here, there's not enough people to buy those shares. So what happens is the market has to auction higher and higher to find people that are willing to buy those shares that they're selling. And that is just a basic principle of supply and demand. So when you have very large players that want to market sell and sell all of their inventory all at once, you have a move like this where they are selling here, right? So this is not buying. This move up is not buying. It's actually a sell order from someone that has a lot of inventory, but the problem is there isn't enough people down here to buy it. So it keeps auctioning higher until they reach a point where there is people that are willing to buy, which is this supply zone. There's people that are buying the shares that they're selling. And as you can see, we have this supply zone, which kind of acts like a wall because there's so many people doing business in that area that even though they have such a large inventory and they're auctioning the market higher, they hit this wall where, okay, now there's enough liquidity to unload all those shares onto other people. So that's the reason why we had that really violent bounce. But this bounce gave us a great opportunity to buy puts in this supply zone, right? So, and that's exactly what we did. I did not trade during the Powell talk. I usually never trade during an event like that because it's very volatile and you don't really know where the price is going to go. And it's better to just stay away from trading large meetings such as, like Fed interest rate meetings or stuff like FOMC. You don't want to really be trading while the event is going on. You want to wait until the event is over. So buying puts down here, as you can see, we had a very large move up, which resulted in the puts going down. These were trading at about 45 cents, and now they're worth $450. So they went from 45 cents to $4.50. So that's a 10 times increase which equates to about a 1,000% gain on these contracts. So the reason why we bought the 415 puts is because our original target was this demand zone down here that was formed during the meeting. So we had a little demand zone that formed here. So initially this was my target for the trade. So bought here, my target was here, sold some of the contracts here. So that was about a 300% gain on that trade. And then if you held the runners, you could have sold more contracts down here at the next demand zone, which was at 412. So that would have given you about a 700% return. So the idea is if you're trading more than one contract, you can just sell as the contract goes up in price. So you can just scale out slowly instead of selling all of your contracts at the same time. And essentially that was the trade of the day. I don't really see any more trades for today. The big move is over. This is a trend day, so you can either have a balancing day, which is when the market just goes up and down, or you can have a trend day, which is where the market makes a big move in one direction. And typically, trend days are, like balancing days happen like 2 out of 3 days, and then trend days happen 1 out of 3 days. So today was a trend day, and we might see continuation on Monday, because if you look at the longer time frame charts, we had this pullback and right into the supply zone pullback, we dropped, and we're retesting this demand zone. I don't really think that we're going to bounce in this demand zone, so I see continuation to the downside to this next demand zone at 395. So that's just my little forecast of what's going to happen. However, for today, the trade of the day is over, and it was a great trade, over 1,000% on the put contracts. And yeah, so if you learned something from this video, I would appreciate if you liked the video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see future trading recaps. I do these every single day, Monday through Friday. And as you know, the Discord is open. We have some new members joining the Discord. So if you would like to become a part of our community, it is totally free to join the Discord. I highly recommend that you check it out. So if you want to join, a link to the Discord channel is in the description. It's the second link in the description. And like I said, it's totally free to join. And you're very welcome to come and join our community. So with that said, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.